Hello once again. This isn't a Zootopia video. I told you at the beginning that I wanted to do more broad videos of my interest, and I'm super into Doctor Who, and there's so much happening with Doctor Who at the moment that I want to talk about it. I don't know what I'm going to talk about really. It's going to be like a news roundup. It's kind of what I'm going for, but I'm so excited. Every couple of weeks something else comes up that I'm so ecstatically excited for. And I just want to talk about all the things I'm looking forward to. So we're moving into a new era of Doctor Who, which is always an exciting thing. Like the history of the show is laid on these almost like episodic tenures of showrunner or head writer or whatever the role. Showrunner itself is bonkers that Doctor Who has such a thing. With that's not a job. That doesn't exist. Only in Doctor Who does that exist in the way that it exists. But we're moving into a new era of that, and I just think rounding all the things that are happening. Also, it's the 60th anniversary, so rounding up all the things that are happening just makes a bit of sense to me. Let's cast our minds back. Back in September 2021, we were. I was at home, minding my own business. There was little going on. I had no expectations for the bombshell that was about to drop. Chibnall had stepped down, and regardless of your feelings about Chibnall, I thought he did alright. I quite liked his era. I wouldn't say I was sad to see him go, particularly, because I think he was kind of done. But I'd really enjoyed his era anyway. There's not been one I've not enjoyed really, but I thought it was fine. So, yeah, I guess in the back of my mind I was wondering who the next showrunner would be. But I don't really have any guesses, and I wasn't really putting much thought into it. But then out of nowhere, it was Russell T Davies. It was Russell T Davies again. Which, just out of the... It's the exact same reaction I had when it was announced. I just don't know how to react to that. It just seems like such a curveball. I guess I felt two ways about it. Obviously I was ecstatic because I grew up with the Russell T Davies era, and it was phenomenal. To me it felt like the show was the biggest then. It felt like the stories were the best then. Probably a lot of that is that childish nostalgia, but I loved it. And so for that reason I was really excited for that to be happening again, for Russell to come back. Also, the things that Russell's worked on since then are just top quality. Years and Years, It's a Sin, all those sorts of bits and bobs, brilliant, just phenomenal. As a writer, he's clearly grown a lot. And so it'd be really nice to see what he's learned and what he can bring to the show. But then there's a part of it that really scratches like an itch in my brain that's kind of like, I don't like stepping backwards. I don't think backwards should be a direction that anything moves creatively. And I think the more you do it, the more you're going to be bound by your own history. And Doctor Who has enough of a problem with being bound by its own history. But that's just a tiny little scratchy, and I'm trying to ignore it. Mostly, I'm hyped that it's Russell T Davies because I know that it will just be done well, and everything else that's kind of come about since then is really positive. So I'm vibes in that. Great time. Then, in my memory, it was like a couple of weeks later, but it's not. It's like it was from September to May 2022. Again. When I wasn't home this time, I was helping my sister put up a shelf, and out of nowhere, bombshell, the 2 hearts plus blue box, and Ncuti Gatwa is announced as the Doctor, which, do you know what, this one, no scratchies, just not someone I'd ever considered as the Doctor, but immediately just, that's a great choice, that's a perfect choice. Look, I love Doctor Who when it's got a big camp gay energy, and who has a gayer camper energy than Ncuti Gatwa? I love it, and everything about the series just seems to be getting gayer and gayer, and I'm living for it. I am living for it. So Ncuti was announced, super duper excited, really happy about that. Then the following, I think it was the following Sunday, because I remember there was that weird week where it was like, there was that weird month where it was like every Sunday something mad got announced. So I think it was the following week we found out about David Tennant and Catherine Tate coming back for the 60th, which, yeah, I was excited about. I love returning Doctors. It's one of those things where, like, people seem to be in one of two paths. Either you want really tight storytelling and just high quality programming, which it happens, but I just feel like that path is not for Doctor Who fans. Like, at its best, the show is stupid, and that's what I love. Like, it should be ridiculous, and you should make fun of it yourself, and you should have as much fun as possible watching it. You're not watching high art. Occasionally, like, a banger will come out, and you get that high art anyway, but I don't think it should be somewhere you're looking for it. So there's that side of it. And when you get multi-Doctor episodes or returning Doctors, this kind of high-quality storytelling often just goes out the window, which is fine. I'm all for that, because the other avenue that people watch the show for and get it for is just for that fun, that pleasure, that enjoyment, that silliness, that nostalgia, that wrapping itself in a ball and like celebrating its own existence. And that's why the anniversary episodes, as much as like technically speaking they're crap, like they're a mess. There's so much going on. There's so many elements. There's so many Doctors back just for whatever reason. As much as, like, on paper, everything you're doing goes against like writing convention and what you think is good storytelling, they're just so enjoyable to watch. And so I was really happy that David was coming back. Really happy that Catherine Tate was coming back. Controversial, I know, but of the three Tennant companions, she was probably my least favourite. I mean, like, least favourite out of 3 10 out of 10 companions is still excellent. So that was really exciting, and it was nice to know that there was something happening with the 60th that we didn't know much about. Part of me was kind of like, well, we got Tennant for the 50th, and now we've got Tennant for the 60th. Can we have someone else? And so far we haven't got someone else. But I'll take him. I will take him. I'm looking forward to it. And then the next week, the Sunday after, we got the announcement that Yasmin Finney was joining the show. Did we get told that she was playing Rose, or the character was called Rose, or did that come from like filming things, like the stuff on set? By the way, I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff we've seen filming, so this might be a bit spoilerific. So yeah, just steer clear if you don't like the spoilers. But that was super exciting. Like, great representative guest star, Yasmin Finney, of course, from Heartstopper, and just really building this solid 50th, really building this solid 60th cast, and it's just looking great. Then I'm not it was the next month. I don't know if it was still in that series of weeks where there was just. Then we got Neil Patrick Harris announced as the seemingly the villain of the 60th. The general kind of speculation is that it's the Toymaker. They put him in a very Toymakery costume. Not what the Toymaker looked like, but like the costume looked like someone who made toys. If it is, that'll be great. If it isn't, that'll also be fine. Neil Patrick Harris is great, so that'll be fun. But just what a cast. I'm not sure if we got confirmed how many episodes that we were going to get then, or if we were just guessing, but I think we worked out that there were 3 and then a Christmas special. And I can't remember if the Christmas special ties into the next series, or if it's the first episode of the 8 episode run, or if it's 1 episode and then an 8 more episodes. I don't know. This was ages ago. This was last summer. Then nothing. then radio silence. People would talk to Ncuti and they talked to Russell T Davies, and Russell was very, well, you've got to watch Jodie's last episode first. And then the promo was hard into Power of the Doctor for a while, which I was for. Because at that point, as excited as I was getting for the 60th, I was kind of like, it's a bit early. Jodie has to leave first. And it did overshadow a lot of the promo for Power of the Doctor, I think, which I loved. Power of the Doctor is the perfect example of the plot might as well just not exist, but the fan service and the celebration and the enjoyment, that's great. Loved all that. Sylvester McCoy had me nearly in tears. Paul McGann had me gasping at the screen. The stupid master in the Doctor's clothes, because I'm really into the costume inside of it, annoyed the hell out of me because all the costume elements were wrong. But why did you buy that weird tie replica when you have the actual tie? Why you had a really accurate scarf knitted for Osgood? Why did you knit a new one? Whose trousers were those made? It doesn't matter. But I really enjoyed that episode. I thought it was great, and it ended nice, and that regeneration into Tennant, getting us ready for the 60th, that was super exciting too. I really liked that. Her regenerating into Tennant did kind of momentarily, for me, like, overshadow the Ncuti stuff, which I was more excited for. But then, you got that tiny little clip of Ncuti in the little teaser at the end, and that was mwah, chef's kiss, phenomenal. Top 10 things ever to happen. News kind of went on. We had the announcement of the weird Disney merger thing. I don't know if we've got any clarity on that, because there seemed to be a lot of, like, to and fro. In someone suggested, I think maybe in Doctor Who magazine, that the funding per episode was going to be like over $1 million, which great if true. But there was a lot of talk about the Disney money being plugged in, and then there was a lot of talk about, like, Disney having the final say in a lot of the decisions being made. And yeah, maybe that'll be a bad thing, but so far what we're seeing come out about the series does not seem like Disney has a lot of input. As I said earlier, this series looked gay as hell, and Disney doesn't seem to be about all that. So it seems more that it's Russell's calling the shots, and I don't know, maybe I'll eat my words here, but I'm just really liking how everything's looking. Then we had Millie Gibson announced as a companion. I don't know who she is, albeit I've not seen anything that she was in. My mum vaguely remembered her from Corrie. Was it Corrie she was in? My mum remembered her from that. I don't watch that. But she seems nice. Her chemistry with Ncuti looks great, actually. They seem to have a really nice best friend vibe, which for the queer vibes I'm wanting from the Ncuti Doctor and the companion, friendship vibes is what I want. I don't like the Doctor romances. I didn't like it when it was Tennant and Rose. I didn't like it when it was Jodie and Yaz. I just don't think you need it. So hopefully that best buddy vibe is what they're going for, and if so, I think the two of them have great chemistry there, so that'll work. Even though from filming, because Ncuti was finishing Sex Education, for the first couple of months of filming, Millie Gibson was just filming on her own, bless her. And it seems to have done a weird thing where they've, like, cycled back around to where they were filming and redone it with the Doctor, or, like, done the Doctor's bit separately. But it's, I don't know if it'll be like the strange, the stuff that was made in lockdown, where people were very clearly not in the same room and you had weird, like, green screen kisses and things. I think that was on Holby City, the green screen kiss. But yeah, hopefully they get a chance to do things together. They seem to be now, to be honest. December then, the thing that I was waiting for, because my favourite thing is the costumes, and we got Ncuti's costume, or so we thought. I'll do very soon. I'll do a breakdown of all the Doctor costumes we've had so far, and the elements that we know where you can get them from, or the fabrics that we know where you can get them from, and I'll just do like a breakdown of that. Hopefully I'll have some other bits and bobs then too, because I've got some stuff coming. But we had that nice checkered coat and the orange crop jumper, which is a woman's Doctor, which is exactly exactly the kind of queer vibe I'm wanting from the Ncuti Doctor. The check coat, the check trousers, the boots. I liked it. I wasn't immediately blown away by it. It warmed on me very quickly. Immediately I was just kind of, it's a long coat and boots. My one thing that I'm sick of with the costume, I love everyone that's come along, but the one thing that I'm just a bit tired of is the combination of a long coat and boots. And I'm counting Eccleston in that because his coat is like almost knee length. Knee length Timberland boots. Tennant, long coat and like booty pumps. Matt Smith started out no long coat and boots, then moved to just long coats and boots. Capaldi continuously long coat and boots, Jodie long coat and boots, War Doctor long coat and boots, 8th Doctor long coat and boots. So many long coat and boots. Just stop with the long coat and boots. Just wear a Harrington or something. It gets to that point where like if you have just that right, this is what every Doctor so far I think has such a specific silhouette. The problem is that the more you have long coat and boots, the more that kind of fades. Ncuti has a very specific head shape, yeah, but if you chop the heads off him, Capaldi and Matt Smith's Series 7 costume, and you put those three silhouettes together, yes, I would be able to distinguish them because I know all those photos really well, but they look the same. The costume looks the same. It needs something to make it pop. And I just felt like that one was missing it. I felt like the jumper was the best part of it for sure. And I really liked the Gallifreyan finger tattoos. They were great. Love that Ncuti's got a moustache for this. But as we've since seen from the various pictures and stuff, we've got a range of Ncuti costumes, and some of them, the brown leather coat one, I love that the most. That is such a good costume. The 60s one, brilliant. The Regency one we've just found out about, excellent. Love that. And so, as much as we got that costume reveal picture, it seems to me that Ncuti is going to have more of a wardrobe of things, which I think really works. I think it worked for Tom Baker really well, as he sort of moved on from a single costume to having a whole wardrobe. It worked for Capaldi. By Series 10, he barely wore the same thing twice. I think it might need one more consistent keynote to kind of tie them all together for me personally, but I'm loving it. Every time there's a new costume, and Ncuti looks bomb. Ncuti looks amazing every time. And I think that was it for news. I don't think we had anything big. We had some casting notes. We had an Aaron Barnard, who, what's he from? Is he from Dunkirk? What do I know him? I know him from something. From Dunkirk. He's playing that politician. Jack Forsyth Noble, Anita Dobson, Michelle Greenridge, Millie Kent. After years of the Chibnall administration where we just got no news ever, now having a lot, it's very overwhelming. That's kind of why I wanted to do this kind of roundup as well. Millie Kent, Sophie Ablett, Ruth Madeley is Ruth Madeley? I'm sure she is. Ruth Madeley is doing something, isn't she? I'm wondering if I dreamed that. I hope she's doing something. Ruth Madeley's great. Ruth Madeley's doing something. Then in April we got the news that Jinx Monsoon's being a villain, which is really exciting. Again, the series is so gay. I love it. Yeah, that was super exciting. And then that costume reveal with the like piano tiles. And then there was something about Millie Gibson's, what's her name? Ruby Rose. A piano double. So the rumours were going that there's a musical episode. There's a musical episode about to happen. Then we found out that Murray Gold is back with the BBC Concert Orchestra of Wales. Phenomenal. I was hoping that Murray Gold wasn't going to be back. Again, it's just that little itch of moving backwards that's scaring me there. But he spent some time away. He's got the whole orchestra. I'm excited to see what he does. He does do the best music for it, really. My big fear is falling into a place where the new series feels like, right, you remember series 5 to series 13? Ignore those. Series 4, series 14. That's all you need to remember. And I don't want that. I don't want that kind of... That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about bookending the last couple of eras. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to hear what Murray Gold has to do with it all and what he comes up with. And if he's doing a musical episode, then I can't think of anyone better, really. I have never personally been a fan of musical episodes of things, except Scrubs. Scrubs did a great musical episode, but we'll see. We'll see. The more I hear about it, the better it gets. Like Jinx Monsoon doing a musical episode is that kind of camp delight that I'm looking for. So yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board. Reluctantly, begrudgingly, I'm on board. I'll enjoy it. I'll download the album from Spotify. It'll be stuck in whatever it is will be stuck in my head forever. Then in early May, we have another casting announcement, which I thought was going to be tied to the musical episode thing, but it doesn't seem like it is, in that unless the musical episode is this Regency episode, but I don't think it is. Jonathan Groff joins the cast. I love Jonathan Groff. Big Hamilton fan, so Jonathan Groff being in it is great. Obviously Frozen 2, if you like Frozen, I do not. But Jonathan Groff in it is great. It seems like a really niche but massive star to get involved. And honestly, they're doing a musical episode and he's not in the musical episode. That feels like a swing and a miss. But whatever he's doing is great. They posted that picture then of Shooty's Regency outfit, and that's great. Jonathan Groff's in that too. The Russell T Davies posted something on it, like... was it 2 hearts plus potato? What? I don't know what the potato means. People have been speculating, maybe it's Sontarans, maybe it's Mozart, because Mozart's a type of potato. Maybe it's... because it kind of hinted that Jonathan Groff was playing someone significant. I guess Mozart's a good shot. He doesn't really look anything like Mozart, but as a vibe, he can be Mozart. There was also a thing about like when they posted that picture, it was like, watch out for the Duchess. Duchess is also a potato, so I don't know. It could be anything. It could be anything. I think that was the latest piece of news. We've had the big trailer before Eurovision. Eurovision, by the way, was phenomenal. That was a vibe all week. I really enjoyed it. Sweden should not have won though, because Tattoo was not as good as Euphoria, and you shouldn't enter someone who won. Personally, I was rooting for Croatia, I was rooting for Finland, I was rooting for Slovenia, I was rooting for... But do you know what? It was a really strong year. There were like 16 people who, if they'd won, I would have been like, yeah, I'm really happy with that. And then Sweden won, and it was just... I was not happy. Austria, I really like Austria's act. But hey ho, Belgium also was good. Strong year, but a weak winner, I think. Don't let celebrityism ruin your Eurovision. But we had the trailer for that, which showed us some nice bits and bobs. Another Beep the Meep clip. I saw the giant fluffy Beep the Meep when they were filming way back last year. And like I very quickly... I love Beep the Meep. So I very quickly was like, if that's not Beep the Meep, I'm never watching it again. Thank God that it's Beep the Meep. I think we first got confirmation. I think it might have been Rachel Talali who first confirmed that it was... No, I don't think it was. Someone confirmed it in the Doctor Who magazine and said something about the Meep. And Russell then posted like a Christmas decoration. So that's all the confirmation I needed. It's Miriam Margolyes as well. Well, we don't know that bit, but Miriam Margolyes has been cast in a voice role. It better be Beat the Moot. I really want it to be Beat the Moot. We also know that the Wrath Warrior. We've seen the Wrath Warriors, and it's also called the Star Beast, so it's definitely Beat the Moot. In this trailer, we also saw a creepy doll thing on a screen. There was a big focus from the set pieces on 1925, which is when John Logie Baird did his TV thing, and that creepy doll seems to be the ventriloquist dummy that was broken or something. I don't know. I don't know much about the events, but some of the speculation just seeps through. So it looks like it's something to do with that. We've also had a lot of binary codes posted on the Twitter and like hexadecimal codes. Nothing too exciting, just like references to Series 4, really. Like Dr. Donatadis was one of them. One of them was binary, I don't want to go. I think those were in the trailer. Some of them were deleted and then got rid of it. Some of them was strange. But it's just nice to see that kind of like... the Red Nose Day skit, I forgot about that. We had that. It's really nice to see that kind of just interaction with marketing again and just like reminding you constantly that the show is there and that it exists. The Blue Peter competition, they just did that Blue Peter competition. I didn't look into what it was. I think it was maybe an art one, but I saw the age range and I was like, no, I'm not even going to read it. I'm upset that I'm old. Because you could win like a really nice special 60th anniversary Blue Peter badge, and I just think, well, I should have had that. I should have not had to have been a child. I'm sure there's loads that I'm missing from this kind of news roundup. Directors, we've got I think we know all the directors. We've definitely got Mark Tonderai, who did Ghost Monument and Rosa. Rosa, phenomenal, but the Ghost Monument, I didn't like the Ghost Monument as an episode, but as an episode, how it looked gorgeous. It's a stunning episode, so that's really exciting to have them back. Dylan Holmes Williams, I think they did Servant on Apple TV, which I do not subscribe to, and then it was Julianne Robinson who did Bridgerton. Bridgerton always looks stunning. So yeah, really nice set of directors. And we had that poster of Shooty standing next to the in the Bad Wolf Studios wall with Hooniverse on the wall. We know Russell was really keen to do like a big expanded universe kind of thing. So presumably that's what that is. I think, did we get it confirmed? Kate Stewart's back. I know people love Kate Stewart. I'm not one of the people who love Kate Stewart, but I can't remember if we got it confirmed or if it was just a rumour. So it looks like Kate's getting a spin-off, which, will I watch it? Yes. Will I enjoy it? Yes. But I'm not going to stop complaining about Kate Stewart. There's only so long you can ride your dad's coattails, Kate. You don't have to mention, we know you're his daughter, we know you don't have to mention him every single time, just do something. Yeah, I just think that we shouldn't have a Kate spin-off. Keep that for Big Finish, where... Well, to be fair, I was never really a fan of River Song either, but the River Song spin-off with Big Finish was really, really good. I ended up loving every episode of that. So maybe without the confines of Doctor Who itself, the Kate spin-off will be good. Wasn't there? Is it also the animated villains thing? Is that confirmed? Like a One Piece anthology thing, animated villains. That'd be fun. I really liked the animated Daleks series they did for Time Lord Victorious. I thought that was really good. I just really enjoyed it. I love Mechanoids. I love Mechanoids so much. They're doing Doomsday again. I'll probably do a separate video about Doomsday. I liked bits of Time Lord Victorious, so I'm optimistic about Doomsday, but people don't seem to be responding to it well so far. Otherwise, what else do we know? just what we've seen from filming. We've seen the 4 shooty costumes, or we've not had a good picture of the like raincoat beanie one. We've seen the built as a zebra crossing for 60s, the 60s looking one. Is it Abbey Road? Oh, maybe, maybe. Maybe it's just another Series 5 duck pond. At the moment they're doing the Regency stuff at Margam Park. They've put lots of like purple grapevine stuff around. It looks really pretty. I've only seen the pictures, I've not actually gone, but it looks really nice. Do we know anything else from the filming? I don't think so. Well, we know about Bernard Cribbins and Cynthia Noble, and Sylvia Noble, and a lot of the 60th stuff. We just got the 3 titles for the 60th: The Star Beast, Wild Blue Yonder, and The Giggle. The Giggle sound. I'm sorry. The Giggle sounds terrifying. Something very unnerving about that one. Wild Blue Yonder could be anything. Beep the Meep is white now, so I don't know if Beep the Meep was always white. It was like blue in the comic, but that might have just been like the picture was blue. I don't know. And the Star, I think we know this. Is the Star Beast going to be like note for note the same story as the comic and the Big Finish adaptation of the comic? And maybe, am I fine with that? Yes, of course I'm. It's Beep the Meep. Wild Blue Yonder, no clue. The Giggle, I don't know. Tell you what I didn't like is that they gave us these titles in the old Series 4 font with the Series 4 Vortex, which again gives me that really weird ick of like we're erasing things in between, so I'm not about that. But it's very exciting nonetheless. As more becomes apparent in the kind of, we really are on the like last stretch towards the 60th now, so as more becomes apparent I'll talk more about things. And I'll do some costume breakdowns and things soon, because I really love the costumes. I really want to talk about them, not just for the new stuff, but I'll do some like retrospect stuff. I'll show you some bits and pieces that I've got, and yeah, that'll be nice. Bottom line, if we could sum this up, what is the point of this? Is that there's lots going on for the 60th, and there's lots going on for Series 14, and every single piece of it looks phenomenal. It looks so good, it's so exciting, it looks so much fun, it just looks like colourful fun. Every bit of it is just colourful fun. I'm so excited, I really am. And I hope you are too. Let me know what you're most looking forward to. If I missed any sort of big newsy bits, let me know that too. Otherwise, I just hope you have the very best of days, and I hope nothing major drops between me filming this and me uploading it, because then I'll have to do like an addendum video that's like, so this is what we've got to talk about. I'd rather not do that. So thank you for watching. I know it's been a long ramble about nothing really, but that's pretty much what I do. Have a wonderful day. See ya.